Well, this is going to be a very different start to a video when it comes to testing a driver, because as you can see, we're looking at a little bit more detail, something revolutionary that's come out by TaylorMade and their new Qi4D driver. Let's get into the video. Now, as a PGA coach with many years experience, I know that we're all searching for the perfect swing. Well, TaylorMade have taken 20 years of their experience and over 11 million golf shots to identify 3 swing profiles. If I bring up here now, we've got Charlie Hull, who is one of the best golfers in the world when it comes to the women's game. Her profile of swing is more of an early rotation. And then I bring up Rory McIlroy, who again is arguably one of the best drivers of the golf ball to ever live, has got what we call a little bit of a mid-rotation. And then we move into Collin Morikawa, again a major winner and one of the best in the world, has got what we call a little bit of a late rotation. These 3 swing profiles of what TaylorMade have identified and have brought into their new Qi4D driver. So with the Qi4D, TaylorMade bringing out 3 REAX shaft options that work perfectly with those swing profiles, giving those players the chance to hit the face a little bit more out the center, giving us maximum ball speed, maximum control, and ultimately more distance. So if, like me, that's perked your interest when it comes to what swing profile you are, then it's really important that you get fitted for this driver. And when we talk about the actual driver itself and moving into the head, it's built for speed. And if we look at the face, we've got 60 times carbon twist face, which ultimately is going to be able to control your ball flight when it comes to mishits across the face, still finding that fairway. And we've got a new roll radius on this face also, which is going to control our spin numbers. So if you do hit it a little bit lower on the face, it's not going to spin up quite as much for you. And if you hit it a little bit higher on the face, it's not going to reduce that spin for you. So ultimately, that's just going to help with consistency. And consistency, extremely important during a round of golf. And then when you turn that driver over, we get exactly what you expect from TaylorMade, just a really good looking driver. We've got that carbon effect that runs around the driver, which saves weight. We've got an all new improved speed pocket, which protects that ball speed with those off-centered strikes. And if we look at the Qi4D driver head, we've got 4 weights, which allow us to be able to maneuver that weight perfectly to suit with your game. And then we move into the Qi4D LS, which is the low spin version. Again, we've got that speed pocket, a slightly smaller profile, and then we've got 2 weight ports, one at the front, one at the back, being able to move your spin around. And then when we move into the high MOI driver, the big one that's gonna really support any off-centered strikes, we've got the Qi4D Max. Again, we've got weight ports at the front, weight ports on the back, a slightly different profile because it looks a little bit bigger than the other 2, but all in all, a really good look from TaylorMade. And then I've taken that shaft and I've put it into the 3 models to see what the numbers kind of give me. And in the standard head, compared to, let's say, the LS head, the low spin model, I'm actually getting very similar ball speed numbers. However, because that LS is a lower spinning model, it's actually reducing the spin between the 2 by about 400 revs, which is probably what I would expect, to be honest with you. Therefore giving me that LS maybe a little bit more distance than what I get at the standard. But when it comes to the dispersion, definitely a lot tighter with the standard head over the LS. And then when I tested it in the Max driver, I'm seeing that ball speed just dropping off a fraction, not a lot, but just a little bit. And then the spin numbers just rising up a fraction more, which is telling me that I feel like I'm gonna get a little bit more control out of that club. And I definitely felt that and saw that from the dispersion that I've got in all the testing that we've done. So if you're a golfer that's looking for something with maybe a little bit more forgiveness, then the Qi4D Max is probably going to work really nicely for you. If you're somebody that swings the club really quite hard, generates lots of spin, then the LS version is going to be perfect for you. And for the majority of the golfers, I think the standard head is going to work really, really well. But ultimately, the fitting and the profile of your swing is really important, which is why it's so important, again, to go and have a conversation with your foremost professional team, get booked in for a fitting and see which of these drivers is going to work best for you this season.